At Gabriel's request, we have my safely getting over this log. So yeah, do it. Put my hand on, pivot, over, pivot. Hand on, pivot, over, pivot. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hi, I am Contagion, and this is my 6-week post ALIF update. You'll notice a few things. 1, I am not wearing a brace. 2, I'm a little rotund right now. And 3, I am standing in front of my bicycle. This can only mean 3 things. 1, I don't need to wear the brace anymore. 2, I need to ride the bicycle. And 2 things. Anyway, you can tell I'm in a pretty good mood. So I just got back from my doctor's appointment. Well, I went from my doctor's appointment and then feasted on some delicious Chinese cuisine. Sushi was actually Japanese. And then I came back here to record this video, and then after that I'm going to ride this bike because I have been cleared to. It's not going to be a long ride, it's not going to be a fast ride, but it's going to be a ride. So, 6-week follow-up, like I just said, no brace. Doctor said I am a model patient. I was told that I'm the best recovery they've ever seen. Just like based on where most patients are right now, I'm far and away beyond everyone else. Like, it's incredible to see. I was called a poster child, and I credit most of this to the prehab I did. If you are going to get surgery, my biggest piece of advice to you is do prehab. I was worried about things like putting on pants, but you know what? When you could just pull up one leg, you can put pants on without a problem. It's not an issue. When you are able to just squat because you have the leg strength, these things matter. Get with your doctor, see what prehab exercises you should do. They will help you. They did help me. I'm still at the very early part of this recovery though. But yeah, so far, everything has been fantastic. At the end of this video, I'm going to have medical images that I'm going to show you all. There will be a warning, though, because one of them is the actual disc they removed, and it's kind of gross, but also kind of delicious looking. I wish I could have eaten it. But we're officially in the hard callus phase. I now have bone in my lower spine in the cage that's been implanted in me. It's not a lot. There are like little bony islands. Nothing is bridged yet, but it is forming. There is load sharing going on at this point. Maybe 10 to 15% of the load is being shared with the hardware by my own biology. Now, what's cool is that at this hard callus phase, at the beginning of it, where we are now, things are going to increase rapidly in terms of bone growth. I'm at the beginning of rapid growth. So the bone growth curve kind of from right after surgery goes like this, then it goes up like this till about week 12, and then it kind of goes like this where it levels off again. At week 12, when we start phase 3, the load sharing should be closer to 50%, which is when I can really start to let loose. So, yeah, that is really exciting. My doctor offered to have me not do PT. He's like, look, you could probably just go ahead and start experimenting on your own and slowly building up again. But I told him, like, no, I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rebuild all of my movement patterns from scratch. And so that's what I intend to do. I've found a sports physical therapist. I'm going to use the people that my PT that I love recommended. I really wish I could use him, but the numbers just don't make sense. It would cost me a whole lot more to do so. So I'm going to use the people he referred to. And I will go based on what they tell me. They'll get me back into movement safely. I would prefer the guidance because I know how I am. I move quickly. I can get a little excited. You can see I'm an excitable guy. I've got this energy that I've been pent up because I haven't lifted anything heavy in a long time. And I get to ride my bike. Yeah! Oh my God, I'm so excited. So, other things. Progression of sciatica. Last week, I experienced this very ephemeral drop in mood. I'd reached a point where, like, the physical progression had kind of plateaued. It was like, yeah, I can walk. Yeah, I can do technical walking. But, like, there's no, like, the novelty of everything had worn off. There was no more technical, like, no more like, ooh, I've reached this benchmark and then this benchmark. But then I reached a benchmark and it was great. So with sciatica, the tactic I talked about last week, where I just take the dune approach and let it flow through me and ignore the hell out of it once it's there, is working, and it's working really well. It pops up, but it's like very attenuated. Like, I might feel a little prickle of it, or maybe it'll stick around for a little bit while I drive, but the pain is so much lower now, and it is on the trajectory where it is going to disappear. So I'm thankful for that and hoping it will keep up. I brought it up to my surgeon today, and he's like, yeah, nerve healing is not linear. It's going to spike up, but it's going to go down, but it's going to keep going down with spikes in between. So everything along those lines, perfect as well. By the time I drive my Miata again in May, I expect it to be damn near fully resolved, if not fully resolved. One wonderful thing is I have increased my height. So I took my height with the help of friends before the surgery, right after the surgery, and I took it again the other day. After surgery, I had gained about 1 centimeter, and another centimeter has been gained since then. So I'm almost an inch taller than I was before surgery. In American Freedom units, I was 5'9" at my full adult height, but I apparently lost half an inch from all of the degradation, so I was back up to 5'9" after the surgery, but because of postural corrections that have been happening with all the cavitation I mentioned last week, I'm continuing to grow because I'm standing up straighter. Like, let me actually remove this hoodie so you all can see. Like, before, with everything gripping the way it was, like, I kind of had this, like, forward lean like this, like, even I couldn't help it, but now, like, it's just, I stand up far straighter, and it might continue to improve. I still see a bit of kyphosis that can improve, but everything else is just heading in the absolute correct direction with that. So I could not be more pleased. I return to work tomorrow morning. I thankfully was able to reset my sleep schedule perfectly with the help a little bit of my diazepam. Gonna try and get off of that again, though. I just needed it to kind of get myself back where I needed to be. But yeah, all in all things told, I'm in a great place. I'm really happy with the progress. I'm really grateful for the help that my brother and mother and friends have provided. And yeah, if you've been told by a medical professional that you need something like this, like, definitely, you know, it's personal, but if it's a mechanical problem and it can be mechanically solved, go for it. Just do your due diligence, do your prehab, get your supplements, get your grabbers, and don't go cheap on the hip kit like I did. My hip kit sucks. But yeah, I suppose that's all I got. So from here, let's take a look at the medical imaging. So the first thing we've got is the spinal x-ray comparison. On the left, you're going to see the x-rays from pre-surgery. You'll see a weird leftward tilt. That's probably due to the disc collapse. And on the right, you see the hardware in place. And notice, even though there's a smaller segment of the spine in the picture, you can tell it's definitely straighter. I took the picture after my doctor zoomed in, but yeah, it's definitely very straight now, which is a good deal. Now, forewarning, this next picture is kind of gross, so if you don't want to see it, click off the video. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a picture of the disc itself. It looks kind of like a steak, and I'm kind of really mad that I didn't get to take it home and cook it, or at least make a Kent bone stock or something. So it consists of two components. Around the outer edge, you can see the, I believe it's called the annulus fibrosus, if I haven't messed that up, and it is in not so great shape. And towards the center, you can see the nucleus pulposus, which is in terrible shape, actually. My surgeon said that, it was in bad shape, and it was definitely the cause of all my problems. You know, the poor disc did the best it could, considering that there was a broken bone that was no longer doing what it was supposed to and not synergizing with the disc. So yeah, that's my medical imaging. That's all I've got for this video. I'm eager to get out and ride this bike. And yeah, next week I'll post something else. I'm wondering if I should start doing bi-weekly updates, but we'll see. I also need to start scheduling PT, so we'll see how that goes. Thank you all for being here for the journey. I look forward to the comments. Let me know what you think about my disgusting biology. See you next time. Bye.